This is a film about love in the end of the day, and it's a film about a man, who loves his family and is trying to get back to them, and he has these major obstacles, obviously, but along that journey he finds these connections with people and relationships and moments and people who help, people who try, people who are in his favor, people some people who can't help him but understand him and empathize. When I first read the script, I assumed that John Ridley and Stephen Quinn had made major adjustments to the story, because I was thinking, well, otherwise I'd know this story. I mean, it'd be one of those ubiquitous stories that everybody knows about, and so I was really surprised when I read the autobiography that they hadn't changed, that much of it. They truncated it, obviously, but they hadn't changed a lot of it, and it was really his story. This is really what happened to him over this period of time, and so I just felt that it spoke to so many different things. It's so many different levels, so many different ways of people communicating, and the history and the present, and how these are issues that we still grapple with and deal with, and how these issues over human respect and the application of human and the allowing of human dignity is still things that we find ourselves conflicted by for some reason. So I felt like it just was a story that was so rich, so detailed, so incredible, so powerful. I'd seen Hunger and Shame, Steve's other two films, and I thought that I just felt he was a remarkable filmmaker, extraordinary filmmaker. And I'd spoken to him before about another project, and we were sort of trying to figure that out, and it didn't happen. But I was always so keen to work with him, and and that's every day. You knew was an adventure. You know what I mean? He's a sort of director that is always looking for more, always looking to get everything out of a day, to get everything out of a moment. He works in this extraordinary way. Because he's visual, but he's also a great communicator. He's a great encourager. And he works really closely with Sean Bobbitt. His cinematographer, and who's a terrific cinematographer, and so the two of them are able to kind of capture moments, in this, I mean, he describes it as kind of catching butterflies, but it's a real process, and so they're just a terrific talent. I was lucky as well that we started the process of filming with Michael Fassbender. The first 3 weeks were on the Epps plantation. And that gave me a great insight into their working relationship and what their dynamics are. It's like learning a language. It's like being a child and learning how to speak from watching other people. And I was very keen to figure out how to communicate with Steve, and as he was with me. The touchstone of the whole preparation to play Solomon Northup was always, and sort of almost daily, in the autobiography. On his kind of his first person narrative, his first-hand kind of primary source document, historical document that was so deep, so poetic, had an extraordinary humility, and really revealed the nature of this man, and sort of trying to get closer and closer to that, trying to get closer to Solomon in that context was the real journey. The wider historical aspects, obviously, some of which I had known about, some of which I read about, were important, and getting down to Louisiana and sort of experiencing the heat and experiencing the kind of how alive the place is and how beautiful it is, with the swamps and the woodlands and the plantations themselves are kind of amazing to look at, and then starting to really deal with trying to find this character, this remarkable, fascinating, resilient man.